看着都不穷多么，知不知觉？
Children are the apple of their parents' eye. Parents want their children to eat well at school so that they grow properly and have the energy to learn. But in China, proper food has often become a luxury, especially for those children from rural areas. Let's have a look at what the children in the mountainous areas of China are having. As seen in the video, young children were holding their plates as the cook filled them with a ladle of yellow stew or soup. These are children living in poor mountainous areas. The food doesn't look nourishing at all. It begs the question whether the subsidies for rural children have been applied to them. On June 30th, 2024, China's Caixin reported that at the 14th Standing Committee of the National People's Congress of the CCP, China's Auditor General Hao Kai released his 2023 audit report. It focused on a review of about US $3.2 billion in subsidies for the nutritional program in 159 counties of 13 provinces during the period from 2021 to August 2023. It has found that 66 counties had diverted nearly US $270 million from the lunch program to pay off government debts. Simply put, from 2021 to 2023, local governments have misused nutritional meal subsidies for rural students to pay off government debt to the tune of nearly US $270 million, involving 66 counties and nearly 1,533 schools. Also, $37 million was secretly embezzled by lowering the meal standards and making fraudulent purchases. So what do rural school children eat? As seen in the video, the chef shook the ladle and poured a small amount into the students' dishes. Another video shows an elementary school student scooping out a ladle of clear soup from the bucket to other students. What we see in these videos is that not much of the meal subsidies actually make it to the school kitchens, and students are fed poorly. The China Audit Office also found that the education departments of 5 counties had colluded with the winning bidders who operate school cafeterias, obtaining nearly $5.8 million through supplier bonuses and donations. There were 147 meal suppliers and some school cafeterias that violated the law by cutting corners and providing students with substandard meals. This seems confirmed with the videos we saw. Caixin reported that irregularities in the management and use of funds for the meal subsidies for rural students aren't uncommon. As early as 2017, a report showed that school authorities in remote and poor areas often encroached on and intercepted meal funds and other school funds. The move by local governments to take student meal subsidies to pay off debts has angered the public, who have expressed their criticism of the government in comment sections. Some people say that with the introduction of nutritional meals in rural areas, the meals will become increasingly worse. Others said in disbelief, debt repayment? How? Who owes it? Using the children's meal subsidies to pay off the debt? Some people disclosed that even teachers won't eat such poor quality food. Teachers eat separately, at least that's the case in our town. Many netizens also said that they weren't aware of the meal subsidy for rural students. Rural students have meal subsidies? What year did it start? I wouldn't know its existence if it were not for this news. I have 2 children, from elementary school to university years. I haven't heard of meal subsidies. Everything my kids eat at school comes out of my pocket. This video shows a parent checking at the cafeteria of an elementary school and finding that the children's lunch consisted of only plain noodles, without meat or leafy vegetables. Yet, the daily menu hanging on the wall of the cafeteria says that there are both vegetables and meat dishes as well as congee. Now the children are growing physically. Do you see if there are any vegetables in the noodles? Look, not to mention meat, children are the flowers of our country. How can they grow well if they don't eat well?
都看一下啊，看好看好，现在都是孩子是祖国的花朵，现在花朵吃不饱怎么长个？看好，在上面规定的标准看好啊。
Look at the standards set out by the government. First week, second week, third week. What are the standards? Rice porridge, chicken? That's the standard? How do they cheat? Let's see how they're fooling us. Some netizens said bluntly, they are fed like animals, worse than African children. Others said, if this is what those kids eat after poverty alleviation, what did they eat before? Grass? Poor kids. Another pointed out that one less luxury car for a corrupt communist official is enough to feed the poor children for years. Is it because the Chinese government doesn't have the money to feed the children in China? No, the Chinese government is very generous to the poor children in other countries. In August 2020, according to an article on the website I Love Children, a news and information site for children and teenagers in China, to realize the goal of zero hunger, China provided free brunch or nutritional packages to primary school students in 7 countries. At present, China has already provided free brunch to 7 countries, including Myanmar, Nepal, Cambodia, Mongolia, Namibia, Uganda, and Ethiopia. Meanwhile, the Smiling Children program in Myanmar will provide 1 million poor children in 12 states with US $300 per year per child for nutritional assistance, including milk, flour, and high-energy food. The program will cost US $300 million and is jointly funded by the China Foundation for Poverty Alleviation and the China Red Cross. Judging from the Chinese government's eagerness to donate money to poor children in neighboring countries, the Beijing authorities aren't short of money. So why don't they eagerly help poor children in China? For the children in the mountains, they probably don't dare to hope for any delicious food. A bag of instant noodles is enough to satisfy them. This video shows 5 young boys, the oldest about 7 or 8 years old, the youngest may only be 4 or 5 years old. They boiled water in a cauldron to cook instant noodles. They sat outside enjoying the noodles. These young children should have been pampered by their parents. Instead, they live a hard life that doesn't match their age. Their parents are supposed to have gone to the big city to work to support their families, leaving them behind to raise themselves. This video shows a lady with a good heart visiting a little boy and his grandmother in the poor mountainous areas of China. The boy is 4 years old and has never had milk before, nor played with toys. He can't speak yet.
Today
I visited the mountains to see a child. He is 4 years old but can't speak yet. He lives with his grandmother in this nearly collapsing home. The grandmother told me that the child's mother died when the child was very young, and the father works all year round, so she and the child are the only ones at home. This child has never had milk before, neither has he played with toys either. In June 2023, Shi Wanjuan, chairman of the Chinese Democratic Party, wrote on Platform X, "In the past 4 years, China's total foreign aid has amounted to about 825.4 billion. Based on a population of 1.4 billion, that's an average of nearly $590 per person. Those babies who are just born in hospitals who know nothing about anything would have contributed nearly $590 in aid to other countries. So are those unemployed living on the streets who have problems feeding themselves, those children in the mountains who can't afford 3 meals a day but drink water to quench their hunger, those critically ill patients who have no money for medical treatment and are waiting for death in hospital beds, and those elderly people in the countryside who only receive a monthly pension of $14. Those people who can barely support themselves would have all donated and contributed to poverty alleviation in other countries. What on earth has gone wrong? Who is at fault? Is there any solution?" Here is a picture from China's NetEase News. It reads, "In the past 4 years, China's foreign aid has exceeded 825.4 billion, which has attracted the world's attention. The Beijing authorities have the money to spend generously on foreign aid for other countries' poor children, so why don't they help children in China? Let's take a look at what poor children in rural China eat. Here is a video showing a daily scene where a pair of siblings eat at the door of their home. The younger brother is about 4 or 5 years old, and the older sister is about 7 or 8. The clothes and shoes they wear are shabby. The younger brother crouched down to eat the plain rice. That's all there is with no accompanying dishes. He took a bite and then offered a bite to his sister. The girl took it and scooped another bite to feed to her brother. The puppy raised its head to watch the little boy and couldn't help but smell the basin of rice while the big dog watched the siblings eat. The dogs were clearly hungry. Some netizens commented, "Even African brothers are better off than the Chinese poor," while others said, "Oh my goodness, even the dogs look sad." So what do the children of Chinese officials eat in school? The following video provides a clue. This is the scene at a kindergarten serving government officials in Taizhou, Zhejiang Province. I have come to the Huajing branch of the Jiaojiang District Institutional Kindergarten to show you what the children's meals are like here. This one is called Auspicious Jade Bunny, and this one is called Lotus in a Pond with Moonlight. We use quail eggs for the rabbits and pureed peas for the green grass below. What kind of ingredients are used to make this? It's shrimp puree made into balls with fresh lilies. After it's done steaming, it's poured with golden juice. We make them exquisite so children will eat the lilies. Our chef is smart with a pair of clever hands. He made the kids' favorite, cute bunnies, so our kids love to eat and love kindergarten. The children of this institutional kindergarten serve the children of Chinese officials. They have lived a pampered life from a young age. Even their lunches are prepared by a professional chef. Not only are they beautifully shaped, but they also taste good. It is the common wish of every parent that their child eats healthy and nutritious food, be it common folks or those living in the mountains. The reality is, children in poor areas don't have enough to eat, never mind nutrition. The Chinese government says it wants to raise the standard of living of the Chinese people while generously providing nutritional packages and other assistance to poor children in other countries. But when it comes to Chinese people at the social bottom and their children, it is hard to see such passion and love from the Chinese government. That's all for today. If you like our channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.